Dr. Mike Lohle here with another edition of Lohle's Lounge. And my wife Sue and I moved about a year ago. We downsized when our children grew up and moved into a condominium. Really, I was a guy, my dream was always to live in an apartment in Manhattan and have a super. I didn't want to worry about anything. And, I don't know if reading the Times is still in vogue, but my dream was to go by the Sunday New York Times every week and just go and sit in a coffee shop and just read the whole thing. Obviously, if you have interests like that, you're not going to be loving home ownership. So for me, moving to a condo has been phenomenal. It's been great. You really don't have to do any maintenance around other than inside the house. Before we moved in, we had, for instance, these ratty old carpets replaced by hardwood. We repainted the entire place. We put in a new HVAC system because these condos that we live in are roughly 20 years old, and they're quite beautiful. But when you hit that length of time, maintenance starts to kick in. But I will tell you, it's natural gas heat, which is far more economical than the oil heat that we used to have. Oil heat is more expensive than gas, and gas is also better for the environment, is what I understand. The taxes are lower. We live in a city as opposed to a town. It has a field house with a pool, which is great because I used to maintain a pool at our old colonial, and it was I enjoyed it, but it was a lot of work. So now you don't have to. What you do is you pay an HOA fee every month, and they take care of everything for you. And when we looked at it, we realized that we had a lot of monthly payments that we just did that went away. So you can look at an HOA fee and it's like, wow, that's pretty expensive, but it really comparably is not when you compare it to what you have to pay to keep your house going. There are some cons, like for instance, you live on top of your neighbors. So like literally, I don't want to move the phone here, but you can literally, my neighbor is like right there. There's a fence, and it's almost like modified apartment living. I mean, our condo's an N unit, which is what I was looking for. So it's got a lot of natural light. It's really nice and big, but it's still, you don't have a buffer between yourself and your neighbors. And if that's what you're looking for, maybe a condo isn't for you. One thing about condos is they're very up and down. We wanted to have the master bedroom on the first floor. And unfortunately, this setup here, I'm pointing at my condo, is really not conducive to that. There's a lot of stairs, and a lot of your living space is very up and down. So if you don't like stairs, be careful of that. We have some friends who we've brought up moving to a condo, and one of the significant others, one of the spouses have said, "Oh, I got to do it. That's such a great idea," and the other ones refuse. And there's various reasons why people don't want to downsize. One is they have a lot of stuff. One thing Sue and I did was we cleaned everything out of our house. I actually regret it. I lost, there was a famous baseball player. I didn't realize I threw out their autograph. You make these mistakes sometimes too. Every so often I miss some of the clothes I got rid of, for instance, or some of the books or things that I got rid of. But Sue and I were both conscientious of this. Get rid of the stuff now, because this way our kids don't have to do it. But some people say that's not, I don't want to move then because I don't want to deal with that. Okay, so that's one reason why people don't do it. The others are, a lot of times people just have spent so much money on getting their house all ready, or they've put their own personal capital in, or they haven't gotten certificates of occupancy. That was a big deal when we were trying to move out of our old house. We didn't have a CO, certificate of occupancy for our pool. And man, that was tough. So people feel like, well, I'm locked in as a result, There's a ton of reasons that people want to stay in their homes, and they're all valid. What I hope I've given you today is some of the reasons why we think moving to the condo was awesome. It's been phenomenal, and we love it. And here's why. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you online.